Hello?
I'm not gonna say a word.
Well, you should, because I just had what we call a brain freeze.
Oh.
Yeah.
He got too much sugar yesterday. The last message he sent out was 11:30 a.m. to our landlord, and I've seen it and I say, okay.
Yes, we were watching Netflix late last night. We had a great meal and we were sipping and relaxing, and all of a sudden I wanted something to eat, something sweet. And I said I was going to cut back on sugar the new year. Well, I generally do.
We did.
But I really, really wanted something sweet. I mean, usually what happens is I get it, and then I convince myself mentally that I don't want to have it. But this time I said I really wanted it. So my wife said, on the patio, we have a food storage area on the patio. And she said, we have a large chocolate bar. Well, it was a large chocolate bar. I mean, it was about the size of my laptop, all right?
Yeah.
Give or take, with nuts and everything, and salty and everything. And then I have these bags of peanuts that she buys for me, and I have them in the other cupboard inside the kitchen. So I thought, this is cool. I got myself a ginger Pepsi on the left side, and we're watching a great movie, and then I have the chocolate and everything, and I'm feeling pretty good. But I couldn't stop eating it. I ate half the bar of the chocolate, all right? And then pretty soon, I said, well, I better not eat anymore. I thought that was the end of it. Then about an hour later, I get this sugar high, as if I'm a 6-year-old at a Howdy Doody birthday party, if you remember what that is, okay? I went up, and I was up the rest of the night. Then I would crash and go back up again. And I couldn't stop it. So
Yeah, that was fun.
yes, I told Lucy that I was just having a burst of, I love you. She said, oh, my dear, my husband. It works. Us men have to do what we have to do.
So today we want to talk about managing your schedule. It is a classical subject, and it's very easy to do when you go into the office every day. But now when life is changing, many people get home, and the biggest achievement of the day will be getting from the bed in the bedroom to the sofa in the living room. And schedule kind of disappeared, huh?
Well, they do. Let me ask you a question. I mean, how many of you take a briefcase home? And may I ask, what do you have in the briefcase from the office to your house? I mean, honestly, what do you have besides lunch?
Don't listen to me. We have a lot in our purse.
Yeah, I can say a woman. I mean, I carry a man bag. I carry a briefcase, a bag, satchel, like Jack Bauer on 24, because I'm always a secret agent.
And mostly I put stuff in there because I need extra room.
That's true, she does. Okay. Mostly carrying her stuff in my bag too.
Yeah.
But really, what do you carry in your bag when you're taking it from work to home? I mean, ask yourself. You mean to tell me you couldn't get everything done? You didn't manage your time properly at work, that you couldn't get the stuff done in 8 to 10 hours at work, so now you got to bring it home and then put it on the kitchen table or read it in bed? How pathetic is that?
I did that for years.
That's poor management of your own time.
Sometimes you just have to, because this crazy corporate job, you just have to work just hours and hours and hours and hours extra. And yes, I understand that. But the point is, if that job exhausts you, after that job, I was so exhausted. I lost so much weight. I couldn't walk properly. I mean, walking straight was a problem, and I didn't know what's going on. I was lightheaded all the time until I checked my weight, and it was way below normal. So not like today. Today it's very nice.
She had a lot of caffeine.
Sugar, caffeine.
It's our Sunday morning, and Sunday mornings we have this big breakfast together that we don't have during the week. It's not huge, but it's pretty basic with the hash browns. We make it together, hash browns, maybe eggs or something. And I'm not trying to tell you what we're having for breakfast for the sake of that alone. I'm trying to say that, I made biscuits this morning, and usually she'll make French toast or something, or homemade pancakes or something. We do it all together. So we're managing our time, and we work 10-hour days together, and we don't fight about it. We like our freedom to work and think as we want to, but we don't. But you got to ask yourself, it doesn't matter. I don't care what kind of corporate job you have. The company should not be requiring you to bring work home from the office to your home. That is where you rejuvenate. That's where you recharge yourself. That's where you have your alone time with your family. And no job really needs you to work those extra hours. So you need to leave the briefcase and stuff at home. I mean, what are you doing? Taking it home, taking it to work from the house in the morning, then bringing it back home? It doesn't. So what if it impresses the neighbors that you look like a businessman? No, look like a smart business person, right? Don't bother with all that stuff. That's your time. You gave the 8 to 10 hours at work, and you have a responsibility because you've taken more than likely many time management classes, and you know that if you couldn't manage it at the time you had at work, then you're not a really good manager of your time.
And right now it's even more interesting because it's hard to convince yourself to do anything, right? I mean, if you still work those 8 hours from home remotely, as one thing, but if you have it flexible, or you've been just laid off and you're thinking to build your own business or something else, and it's kind of hard because A, you got tired from that job, B, you're stressed because of the situation around, and C, just really hard for any person to go and manage the schedule. And the secret actually very simple motivation, how hard you want to change and how hard you want to achieve something you're working towards. That's it.
You got to think in terms of the things that really matter most and what you're going to be remembered for. Yes, you have to pay the bills, but ask yourself, do I really need 2 Mercedes? I mean, do I need something different so that I don't have to work every countless hour away from the home, and then when I come home I can't give my family, my wife, my children, or my significant other my undivided attention? I mean, really give your whole self? That's what you should be doing.
Now, I need that second Beamer, so okay? Relax.
Yeah, that is, Beamers are nice, okay. But at 8 o'clock at night, we stop and we get dinner prepared. And we enjoy the rest of our evening together. There aren't any phone calls. There's nothing pressing. The phone is on Do Not Disturb. Other things are on mute. We don't want to be disturbed to checking social media, checking anything, because it doesn't really matter, does it? If you can get it done during the time, or have artificial intelligence doing it for you, then something's got to be wrong with the management of what we're doing.
Now, we're not saying that we're better than everybody else.
Well,
we're saying that we can manage our time, and so can you. And what you can also do is try to find those activities that you do together. Now, we're not saying that we're cooking all the time together every breakfast. Sometimes one of us just sit with the news and other cooks, but the feeling that we're doing it together because we have that strong connection, we managed to build it. That's not easy. It's not just like meet the right person and it works. It's hard work anyway. But
yeah, for some of us it's pretty easy. Yeah. It's easy. I'm just going to go, when we finish here, I'm just going to go back and write those addendums for world peace, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So, work on your schedule and work on your relationship.
And remember, the relationship is really important. Your job is important. But one day, any moment, you could be laid off. Any moment, you could be downsized. At any moment, your company go bankrupt. And then what did everything else matter for? At the end of the day. So make your decision to focus on the things that really matter the most. And you have enough time in the course of the day to give each of them your undivided attention. It's worth it. Now, hey, we have a plethora of things at our website that can help you. Give us a phone call at 720-923-1644. Got it. Okay. All right. Contact us, woodscovalova.group.com. That's Covalova with a K. All right. Take care of yourself. We'll get through this together. Bye-bye.